Honestly, throughout the whole pandemic, the start of it was just kind of figuring out how can I be productive, number one, two, still deliver content to keep my relevancy to like my audience, and three, just staying focused and finding that motivation. So I really started finding that by doing like TikTok and things like that, by just trying to keep content going, still finding ways to be creative and to like do what I love to do, even though things are closed down. It almost got to a point where I was like, dang, is it even okay to go outside to like try to do content? Like I was just like doing everything at home at first, and then I started to like go outside. Throughout the whole pandemic though, I've been pretty healthy. So then I had brought workout stuff to like work out at home. I brought like a pull-up bar in my waist to maintain like my body and my health. I was making sure I take my vitamins so that I didn't get sick, and I would be just like healthy when things would start to open up where you could kind of like move around, but like not go out too much, you know, still wear your mask, of course. I was going to the studio throughout the pandemic, still working on music, staying active with that, so that, you know, I could just be prepared for when, you know, after, we're trying to get things back in motion, you know what I'm saying? I have music and stuff like that to drop. So that's why soon I do have a new single coming out and, project in the works. So yeah, I just been trying my best to stay on top of things, even though like some people see the pandemic and what's going on as a time to like slack and like, you know, not be on top of their game. But this is the perfect time to make sure that you work on things that you might not. This downtime was a time for us to be active and like get things going versus, oh, let me fall off and like, you know, slack. So I definitely used this whole pandemic as a way for me to grow. And I feel like I've grown a lot throughout it. I think it's very important in today's age, especially social media is key. I think, like I said, like I touched based on when I was previously talking, just like relevancy, you know, keeping people like up to date with what you have going on. But after I was doing videos and stuff like that, because like TikTok for me is more so like I like to post like dance content and stuff on there. So not really more so music. I want to transition into like starting to post not just like my music and like my song, but like do different challenges where like I can incorporate like different freestyles to like different beats and stuff like that. So that's something that I will be getting into soon as far as like TikTok and like social media and stuff is concerned. But I was really just like posting dance content, and then it got to a point where I'm just like, dang, like I'm not really giving people like music right now, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like I started to like, people would come to my like Instagram and be like, oh, like, you know, they were kind of confused. Like, am I more so an artist or am I like a, you know, TikToker? So that, I think that artist kind of is for me, it's challenging doing that type of stuff because I want people to like know me for an artist and my music versus like, you know, an influencer. But there's nothing wrong with being an influencer in that way. But I just think that my biggest challenge was like having people know that I'm an artist and that, you know, I rap and stuff like that versus coming to my page and just seeing a bunch of TikToks. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the biggest challenge when you do music and you're trying to involve TikTok, you know what I'm saying? It's just making sure that your audience knows what you do, even though you still want to be relevant and still post videos. But I just want them to know, like, what's up? Like, I'm really an artist. I really do this, you know? You know, if you're looking to have more of a social media presence, starting out, I would say focus on social media. Focus on building a social media presence. You know, I would probably tell younger me that when I was touring, I could have taken advantage of like YouTube more so. I could have kept my fans engaged. I could have done what was popping back then, Vine, you know what I'm saying? Like I said in Lost Boy, like, you know, I didn't do Vine and stuff like that. You know, I came at it because that was really how I felt. I was just like, that's wasting time to me, you know what I'm saying? But as I look back, I'm like, okay, it really just depends, you know, because I feel like at the level that I'm at, I could jump in and do the social media and then get popping and still be as good as I am as an artist. But my main focus was to grow as an artist, stay true to myself, and do my music. So if I could give advice to younger me, I would say just probably like focus on social media a bit more, because it definitely will help with like having your own engine. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like needing a label or something like that. And I would just say stay consistent. It's pretty hard, pursuing a music career when you don't have the budget and stuff like that. So you just really gotta hustle. A lot of my problems was I couldn't really find the producers to really work with and tap in with, until I came out to LA. That's when I met my producer that I work with. I felt like I was getting beat a lot in New York, and I was working to mirrors that wasn't helping me get the sound right how I wanted it to be. So I just went through a lot of trials and like tribulations with like finding my sound. And so I feel like once you find your sound, you're straight. But yeah, I would just say stay consistent and just keep on putting out content. And you can that can be your success story, or you can make a great song and then or you can make a great song and it can go viral. Not every artist is like popping on TikTok when they first get lit. Their song might be trending, and a lot of this game is like who there's artists that get signed based off connections that they have. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the music, they have good music, but then sometimes just like who they know. So I mean, there's different ways to like make it, obviously, but social media does help. But then, like I said, it's just sometimes you just have that one record where it does go viral and it gets trending, and then or influencers that could do it for you. So there's different angles. There's no right or wrong answer nowadays.